Yo, what's up y'all? Today, I wanna show you all the pieces to my C70 rig setup. Right here's the C70 camera. Right now for a lens, I have a 50mm 1.8 RF attached to it, but later I'll be switching over to this 24 to 70mm 2.8 lens. This is the EF version though, so I have a RF to EF adapter already attached to it. I also have a top plate and a bottom plate from Small Rig already on the camera, but I'll show you some more close-ups later on. Right here is the V-mount plate. Here is my HyperCore Neo 9 mini V-mount battery from Core. Up here we have a top handle from Small Rig. We also have a port keys 5-inch monitor. Down here we have a pair of rods. On this side I have a riser plate from Small Rig. This is an attachment of two different Small Rig pieces. On the bottom is an attachment to go to your rods, but then on the top is a quick release plate that I usually use for my Terra deck. Up here is the BP 830 battery, which comes with your C70. And then I also have a monitor mount that's gonna mount it to my top handle from Small Rig. All right, y'all, now to give you a closer look at that top plate, I love the fact that you get plenty of mounting options on here because it's like you could never have too many of those anytime you're trying to rig up a camera. And then on the bottom, I really like the fact that they have this little, I don't know what you want to call it. I call it a key on the bottom of the camera. That gives you a chance to just quickly tighten or loosen any screws or a plate or anything else that you might be putting on the bottom of the camera. So this is my handle. You can see it has a nice screw on the bottom. And then what I typically do, I screw it as much as I can with my fingers. And then after that, it's also a hidden key in the handle. I can go ahead and push that into the screw part, and then I just kind of pull that way and tighten it up a little bit more. So now my handle is nice and sturdy, and it's not going anywhere no matter how much I try to twist it or anything. So that's where we are starting right there. Already kind of getting a little bit more cooler look to it. All right, next, I think I want to do the riser plate. Now this is going to be where my rods are going to be attached to, and it's going to attach right to the bottom of the plate on the bottom of the camera. I'm using a Small Rig tool set to do all of this stuff. You know, if you don't have one of these too, guys, I'm gonna recommend that y'all pick up one of these. It's so clutch to just have. I would say buy more than one. I like to leave some in my backpack. I like to leave others in the case, and it just makes things a lot easier. All right, so now y'all see the build out is coming together. So with the rods, all you gotta do is slide them through. Slide them through, tighten it down. We're just gonna do that for now. Slide it through and tighten it down. And then, you know, if you look from the top down, you can see they're uneven. All you gotta do is loosen it up, and then we'll just slide back till we get pretty much even, and then boom. Now that's the monitor mount right there. You can see it has the same screw on the bottom, so that's all we're gonna be using. And it screws right here into the top. You can see right there. And then I'll do the same thing. I'm gonna use that key that comes with the camera, or with the handle setup. And I'm just gonna go in and give it a twist, boom. And now we have another piece on there. All right, so this is the V-mount plate that I use. I have a tap cable in here, and it's going to a barrel right there. And that barrel is gonna plug into the DC in port, which is down here nestled in the bottom. It's gonna plug in right there in the bottom, okay? So we have the rods on there. Then you can see on the bottom, that's where my rods are gonna go. On the inside, I use these clamps, so I run all the wires on the inside of the plate, just so, you know, it's not cables everywhere. And they just flip up and snap down on that side. And over here is Spriggs one. We just push it down in there, okay? So all I'm gonna do is slide that on the back of the camera. Then we're gonna tighten it down on each side. And then we're gonna take that cable, plug it into the camera. That goes there. Let's go ahead and put this port keys monitor on it. This monitor gives you SDI and HDMI on it, which is really clutch because I can use either or. But we're gonna just screw that in on the top. So as y'all can see, it's kind of coming together now. Everything's coming together. I'm gonna put this Canon BP battery on the back of here. I always use that and leave it on there for a just in case situation. I'm gonna attach my V-mount battery. So that's kind of how we looking right there. And then let's go ahead and swap out this lens really fast. I'm gonna slide this all the way out. This is what I was telling you guys about this piece right here. This is what my tear deck usually goes onto. So right now, it's not anything on there, but I always leave this on here because I never know when I need to use my tear deck. I can turn this back on here, put the rods back on there, tighten everything down, and voila. Now I know some people are gonna be like, hey, you know, it's a flip out, you know, monitor on it. How do you get to it? So at the bottom, all I do is loosen up for my rails, and then I could just slide those, and then, you know, that'll give me access to my monitor, flipping it out right there. Tighten everything back down, and now it looks like that. And a lot of times what I'm typically doing, I'll flip the monitor all the way over and close it back like that. So now on the side, it looks like that. So then if I turn the camera on, and once the image and stuff starts to come through, I can see it on the side right here, and then I'll also be able to see it on the monitor up top. Now, cable is really fast. I have the V-mount battery on here for a reason, because I run everything to this plate. You can see right now, the tap is going into here. You got your P-tap, and it's gonna run to the camera. But then I also have, you know, another 7.2 volts and a 12 volt available. So this monitor needs to be powered. So that Portkeys monitor comes with this barrel to, you know, whatever their 4-pin port is. It comes with this cable right here. So what I would do on the back of the monitor, at the bottom, I'm gonna plug in that cable. And now I'm gonna run this cable all the way to the back here. That's gonna plug up there. And then I'll also use a small rig, I'm gonna call it a shorty, HDMI cable. It's really, really short. I'm gonna plug into the HDMI on this side of the lens, well, on the monitor. And then we're gonna just run this to the bottom of the camera, which is right here on the bottom. So now you'll see it's running from the monitor up here. And then this shorty cable is gonna run, boom, right there. And it's like perfect length, you know, so your cables aren't just kind of, you know, all over the place. Power up everything, all the lights are on. Monitor and stuff should come on shortly. And boom, we got a picture right here on the side. And then we also have picture here on the top. All right. Okay, y'all. Hope that helps somebody out there, man. And once again, that's my overall C70 rig setup. Kind of neat, huh? It's a dope camera, man.